Yo, what's going on, people? Good morning. I just woke up. I want to address this news going on in Nigeria about a popular cross dresser. I believe cross dresser or trans woman. I don't know. Who got murdered in Nigeria, and everybody's talking about this. And I wanted to come in and give my 2 cents as to what I really think is going on. First of all, it's unfortunate that a person had to lose their lives once again in Nigeria, especially at a time like this when we all should be coming together to fight the injustice going on in Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate. May this person's soul rest in peace. Now, in my opinion, this has nothing to do with LGBTQ, and I'm so sick and tired of everything being lumped in as LGBTQ. And I've mentioned on here, I don't even enjoy talking about LGBTQ stuff, but I do understand that it's still a thing with my people. My people are very slow with it. It is what it is, and I pray to God Almighty to give me the patience, to do this work and get the fuck out of this place because this place is ghetto. But it is what it is. This has nothing to do with LGBTQ. I believe that this is a story of once again Nigeria choking someone out. And this area mama, I think the name is Area Mama, is not the only person. It's not the first person to be choked out by Nigeria and will not be the last, unfortunately. And I'm not just talking about, trans or cross dressing. I'm talking about people in general, point blank, period. Nigeria as a nation has no national pride. And my definition of national pride is a nation where the child of a nobody can become somebody without needing anybody or fucking anybody, really. Nigeria does not have that. Like here in America, you can be a nobody and become something. Of course, there are different kinds of privileges, that may hinder you or help you, like white privilege, man privilege, dark skin privilege, light skin privilege, heterosexuality, and so on and so forth. But it's still not impossible for you to make your name in America. It may take you a little longer based on your lack of privileges, but you can make it. As opposed to in Nigeria, where it's a literal zoo, a jungle. And the reason why Nigeria is a jungle or a zoo as it is right now is because Nigeria, my people suffer from depression and PTSD from slavery, from colonization. And nobody's being honest. We're not being honest as to why that is, where that's coming from. But instead, religion continues to pacify our pain. And the pain is not even just only not getting better, it's actually getting much worse. And on top of that, you have a whole bunch of knuckleheads who think in their heads, considering the fact that resources are limited, competition is off the roof. They think that it's still bringing children, innocent children, into this hot mess is their God-given rights. It makes no sense to me. Like the country, the average Nigerian is in pain, whether you know it or not, whether you admit it or not. Because I know, this whole suffering and smiling mentality is a thing with my people. The average Nigerian is in pain. There's not enough opportunities in the systems to help you mitigate that pain. Yet, you think that the logical thing to do is to bring in more innocent children, more innocent souls into that same system with you. What do you think is going to happen? Competition will even get worse. When competition is high and resources are limited, you still have to survive. A country of 200 million, over 200 million people, you have to do what you got to do with what you got, which there's not a whole lot for the average Nigerian to work with. Again, because of this depression and PTSD that we have from slavery and colonization. I'm pretty sure that this area mama person has probably tried to dip her hands in something else. I'm sure this person went to school, college, university, maybe even had some type of graduate degree, maybe even had some type of employment, and it just wasn't paying. Let's keep it real. The minimum wage in Nigeria is $44 a month. Can you imagine living in a country where minimum wage is $44? A bag of rice costs more than that. That's not pain. So I can see this person just deciding to do their thing. They're discovering internet. Shout out to the internet. The internet has given us so many people the opportunity to do their thing, myself included. So they probably found out that on the internet, attention whorism is the number one market. So give them a show type of situation. And being the fact that this person is very effeminate, very flamboyant, people would like to tune in because people just love to watch and judge anything that has nothing to do with them. And they probably got on the internet and started doing that thing and started noticing that people were just, paying them attention. Bobrisky did it. Bobrisky got famous of being an attention whore. James Brown is doing it. Bobrisky calls herself Mummy of Lagos. James Brown calls himself Queen of Africa. We're gonna get a Princess of Africa, and Abuja being one of the quote unquote liberal cities in Nigeria, even though it's not really liberal, no one has claimed that table. So this person, this area mama, has conveniently claimed it. Why? Because in a desperation to make a name for themselves. If Nigeria was a better place where people can make an honest living without doing any of this bullshit, you'll be surprised. A lot of the people on the internet seeking attention will pay the internet dust, to be honest with you. Why? Because na condition na they make crayfish bend. And when all these Nigerians who are already in pain see this trans woman or this cross dresser who is getting the attention, because y'all are the ones giving her the attention on the internet, and she seems to be doing well because I've seen her go on interviews, makeup on fleek, and just has the audacity to be doing her thing. It pisses you off because it pokes at your own pain. It's like, me, I'm suffering too. How can I be suffering? I'm heterosexual. I'm going to church. I'm fasting and praying. I'm guessing all these people are Christians and Muslims. And meanwhile, this person's a sinner. They seem to be doing much better than us without realizing that we are all in the same shit. Both of you are in the same shit. This is a time where everybody, literally everybody, is supposed to be joining hands to protest, to stand up against the fuckery going on in Nigeria. I heard that the protest is over. Like, okay, that's it. That's it. Chinaka. It'd be really interesting to see the future of Nigeria because I'm tempted to say that there's no future, but then at the same time too, they say God works in mysterious ways. Uche chukwu aburo uche mmadu. Even that, even though that's my name, it keeps me humble. God works in mysterious ways. You never know. But in order for Nigeria to be better, something has to give. Something has to give. There needs to be some type of shock to wake my people up. And people are saying people are finally waking up. I highly doubt it because, there's a human mega will slumber. I think it's very unfortunate that once again, a human being who has done nothing wrong to you, this is a content creator. They just go on the internet to create their content. What makes them famous is the attention you give them. If you don't like someone, pay them dust. Don't watch them, don't support them, don't promote them, don't like them. You can unfollow, you can block them, you can mute them. But why do you claim that you don't like somebody, yet you're giving them the attention? What does that say about you? And this is what this person has tried to capitalize off of because the country that we come from, and shit, not everybody realistically can get a visa to Japa. So the ones who are in Nigeria, you got to do what you got to do. And the internet has given people the opportunity to do something. Because if you're sitting there waiting on the Nigerian government to come through for you, child, please, you're your own. If you're sitting there waiting on employment, all this unemployment rates that I keep seeing, and even when you get the kind job, the nonsense that they're paying you, you can't even use the bike or not. So you got to do what you got to do. And the internet, the free internet has given people the opportunity for them to do their things. Even here in America, like myself, for example. I think it's very unfortunate. This, to me, once again, has nothing to do with LGBTQ. It's just the fact that it's a trans person or a cross-dresser, one can out buy, one can wine. All of a sudden, everybody's trying to lump it into LGBTQ. But if you look at it from a neutral perspective, with empathy, with emotional intelligence, you come to realize that all I see is pain. Hurt people hurting people. Nigeria, when? Because when? How are we going to move on from this thing? Because I don't see national pride. You people are there making noise. I'm proud to be Nigeria, proud to be Nigeria. But you don't even have national pride. You don't even like each other. Tribalism, racism, colorism, xenophobia. This is all us. National pride. A nation where the child of a nobody can become somebody without needing anyone. I'm gonna say it one more time. A nation where the child of a nobody can become somebody without needing to fuck anybody. Uche, peace and love.